There's a thought you have believed for far too long, a thought that appears in your mind, and before you even question it, you accept it as truth. It says, I'm not good enough, I'm behind, I'm failing, I'm not beautiful enough, I will never become the person I want to be. And because you've heard these thoughts so many times, you've started treating them like facts. But what if they're not? What if the voice in your head is simply a voice? What if a thought is just a thought? Hey guys, I hope you're doing great. This is Sara, and today we'll be discussing that not everything you think of is what you are. So let's jump straight to it. One of the biggest mistakes we make is assuming that everything we think is true. A thought appears, we believe it, we feel it, and then we build an entire identity around it. Imagine you're walking through a city. Thousands of cars pass by. You see them, but you don't jump into every single one. You don't claim every car as yours. You simply watch them pass. Thoughts are similar. They come, they go. Some are useful, some are completely false. Some are fears disguised as facts. Yet somehow we climb into every thought and let it drive our lives. You think everyone is ahead of me, and suddenly you feel behind. You think nobody cares about me, and suddenly you feel alone. You think I'm not capable, and suddenly you stop trying. The thought came first, the emotion followed, then the behavior followed. And before you know it, a passing thought becomes your reality. But here's something worth remembering. Your mind is not always telling you the truth. Your mind speaks from fear, from insecurity, from old wounds, from exhaustion, from yesterday's disappointments, from things you've seen online, from comparisons, from assumptions. So, why do we trust every thought so easily? Why do we hand over our peace to something that changes every hour? Have you noticed how different your thoughts, depending on your mood? When you're happy, life feels hopeful. When you're tired, life feels impossible. When you're confident, opportunities appear. When you're discouraged, everything feels dark. Did reality change or did your perspective change? That's the problem. We confuse thoughts with reality, and sometimes the loudest thoughts are the least accurate. The person struggling with confidence thinks everyone is judging them. Most people are thinking about themselves. The person terrified of failure imagines disaster. Often things work out for better than expected. The person convinced they're unlovable doesn't realize how deeply valued they already are. A thought can feel real without being true. And that's a lesson that can change your life. Because once you realize that not every thought deserves your trust, something incredible happens. You create space. Instead of saying, I'm a failure, you begin saying, I'm having the thought that I'm a failure. Do you notice the difference? One becomes your identity, the other becomes an observation. Identity traps you, observation frees you. You are not your thoughts, you are the one noticing them. Think about the sky. Clouds pass through it all day. Some clouds are beautiful, some are dark, some bring storms, some disappear quickly. But the sky remains the sky. Your thoughts are the clouds. You are the sky. The clouds change. You remain. A bad thought doesn't make you a bad person. A fearful thought doesn't make you weak. An insecure thought doesn't define your worth. They are experiences, not identities. And honestly, if everyone could hear each other's thoughts for one day, we would probably be much kinder to ourselves because we would realize how many people struggle with doubt, how many people question themselves, how many people feel afraid, how many people appear confident while fighting silent battles. The human mind produces thousands of thoughts every day. Not all of them are wise, not all of them are helpful, not all of them deserve attention. Yet some of us spend years arguing with thoughts that were never true to begin with. You don't need to win every argument in your mind. Sometimes you simply need to stop attending the meeting. Let the thought arrive. Notice it, acknowledge it, and let it leave. Because the more you chase every negative thought, the stronger it becomes. The more attention you give it, the larger it grows. It's like feeding a stripe. If you feed it every day, it keeps coming back. Some thoughts survive because we keep feeding them. We replay them, analyze them, obsess over them, build stories around them, give them power they never earned. And then we wonder why they won't leave. Sometimes healing isn't adding something new, it's stopping the habit of believing everything your mind says, especially when the thought contradicts what Allah says about you. Allah knows you better than you know yourself. He created your heart. He knows your struggles, your intentions, your fears, your potential. Yet many of us trust our anxious thoughts more than we trust Him. We believe I will never change when Allah opens doors nobody expected. We believe I'm too far gone when Allah's mercy is greater than our mistakes. We believe there is no hope when hope is one of the most repeated themes in our faith. The thought feels convincing, but feeling convinced doesn't make it true. Maybe that's why protecting your mind matters so much, because your thoughts influence your actions, and your actions influence your life. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't, eventually you won't. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not enough, nothing will ever feel enough. If you constantly tell yourself, I will never succeed, you will stop looking for opportunities. The story you repeat becomes the lens through which you see the world. So choose carefully which thoughts get a seat at your table. Not every visitor deserves a permanent home. And perhaps that's the most freeing realization of all. You are not your doubts. You are not your fears. You are not your intrusive thoughts. You are not every insecurity that passes through your mind at 2 a.m. You are far more than that. You are a soul created by Allah, a human being who is learning, growing, trying, returning, improving, falling, getting back up, and moving forward. The next time a thought appears and says, you're not enough, pause, look at it, question it. Ask yourself, is this actually true? Or is it simply a thought passing through? Because what you think is not always what you are. And the way you truly understand that is the day your mind stops being a prison and starts becoming a place of peace. So, in the end, remember this. You do not become every thought that enters your mind. You become the person who chooses which thoughts deserve to stay. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment if you did. And yeah, see you in my next video. Take care of yourself. Bye.